All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave. Some people call me Harmful Dave these days, talking about real music, real issues, real things. Yes, I'm going to talk about the thing today in real time for real people just like you and just like me. Actually, I hadn't planned on doing any more videos today, but lo and behold, Gene Simmons has tested positive for the thing. All right, now, full disclosure, little just public service announcement here. I wish that Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons make a full, complete, absolute recovery. They have great health. And serious, I'm dead serious. After a while, you start covering this and you kind of lose the human perspective because of the lunacy involved, because of the crazy, irrational thinking that seems to be everywhere. Keep in mind, Paul and Gene have been advocating that everybody go out and do the thing so they can basically get their life back. You want to go on that cruise? Got to do the thing and then get your paperwork straightened out, right? Go to a KISS concert, got to have your QR code, your paperwork ready. Guess what's happening, folks? Guess what's happening? So 4 more concerts have been postponed. See, I truly believe they ought to cancel the End of the Road tour, because if they're literally going to put their money where their mouth or their ideas are, then they should understand that it's too risky. It is just not worth it. All right, postponing these shows is not good enough. I want these shows to be canceled so the risk is reduced and people don't have to worry, because obviously this does not prevent what they thought it would prevent, and thus the uncertainty continues to grow and the fear. By the way, this article is really short because there's not much to say, because it's starting to get goofy. No rewind back to what Gene said when he basically lectured people who were deciding not to do the thing. He said, well, if those people cease to exist, so what? All right. I can't control, this is Gene's diarrhea of the mouth. That's what he said the other day when he was talking about David Lee Roth and how he basically said that Roth was a lot like Elvis at the end of Elvis's career. So earlier today, KISS released the following statement. KISS will postpone their next 4 concert dates, while Paul Stanley recently tweeted that he has recovered from the thing. Gene now has tested and is experiencing mild symptoms. See, here's the thing, right? The thing. The goalposts, they're moved. So now this doesn't really prevent, what they say it's going to prevent. Cases. They're using the case demic and they're talking about how this is the worst it's ever been. Interesting. Now let's take their hypothesis and say, well, at least Gene and Paul are still above ground and they're going to recover. It's going to be terrific, right? Doctors have indicated the tour should be able to resume, like doctors know, right? Doctors have been so wrong about pretty much everything, but they say, the 5 Point Amphitheater in Irvine, California on September 9th, things can get back on track here. Well, I thought you were supposed to kind of stop activity. We're at the very end of August now, but because Gene did the thing, I guess they shortened it down to 10 days instead of 14 days. So great benefits here, 4 days shorter of a wait to see your heroes play another concert. So the postponed shows are in Burgettstown, PA, Raleigh, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, and Clarkston, Michigan. Folks, again, I wish these guys good health and a speedy recovery, but when does this end? When does it end? By the way, Gene and Paul ought to be thinking about getting boosters, right? They should be getting boosters at this point. Why haven't they not gotten a booster? Haven't they heard the latest science? Are they not following the science? Do they understand how important this is that they get the booster, especially at their age, right? Both guys are kind of up there, and, I'm not sure of their health status. Although, what's cool is they want everyone's health status to be revealed to the world. That's why you get your little QR code when you check into the concert. So they'll know your entire, or at least your latest health situation. It's really fun to reveal these things to total strangers and to the government. I think it's a great idea. So I'm looking for more of this to happen. Bruce Dickinson is out there again opining about how wonderful this all is and how he just doesn't understand why people wouldn't want to do the thing, that we have some sort of mental blockage and we're using alternative facts. I love that one. Alternative facts. Sure. Okay. Well, here is anecdotal evidence that this doesn't do what it said it would do. And there are people starting to talk about how none of this long-term is going to mitigate anything, that, you're going to get mutants. You're going to get lots of mutants and they're going to start popping up. That's why each year when we used to do the garden variety thing, remember when you used to go get your thing for the garden variety version of this, not the novel, just incredible 100 times worse version, right? So you would get the thing and then the next year they would have to give you a different thing because the last year thing is worn out and doesn't work anymore. All right. And when does it end? It doesn't, because there's no way to stop this. How's that? How's that for honesty? There's no way to stop this. There might be a way to subdue it. There might be a way to mitigate some of it, but guess what? Using the thing that they're telling you to do, it's not going to stop. In fact, there seems to be a correlation with the increased number of people who are suffering. And when they rolled out the first version of the thing, because this was not happening last year at this time, it would eventually, once the colder weather came and the lack of sunlight and so forth, that's when things started to get worse last year. If you remember, not in the middle of the summer. Of course, we're getting toward the end of the summer now, but if you had tickets, I guess you can get your money back, or you can use your tickets for the future concert date whenever that's announced. Who's to say like everybody in the road crew doesn't have this, and everybody, wherever just associated with the band isn't going to contract the thing. Anyway, again, lots of material here every single day. It's hard to follow. I'm doing my best, and I appreciate the support here on the channel, the kind words over on Patreon. The new patrons, you could become a patron for $1 a month. That's all I ask is $1. And you can send me messages over there. A lot of patrons actually send over really good articles that have to do with all of this. Those alternative facts that Bruce Dickinson is referring to. By the way, he's the guy in Iron Maiden who got the thing. He got the thing. And of course, he's an expert now because he got it, but he's fine now. Good. No problem with him being fine, but postponed concerts, too risky, folks, too scary. The fear continues.